You toured America. Now, obviously, again, doing my research. What was the atmosphere like over there, and what was the whole purpose of the trip? And because obviously with Americans, they do love the British. Majority of them do. So tell us about your brief journey over there and what it was like, and how it's benefited you coming back to the UK after that.
But to be honest with you, it was the hardest experience of our lives.
Wow, okay.
It was tough, really, really tough. We learnt some life lessons and saw some things that we're still recovering from. But everything happens for a reason. Basically, we went over there. It was brilliant. The experience was brilliant in the sense of we met loads of people. We performed in incredible venues. So we performed in Atlanta, performed in Miami, performed in Orlando, and it was exceptional. And the response.
Because we went out there to do music in LA. We got invited to do music in LA.
Yeah.
So that's why we thought, all right, let's just go for it on a whim, risk.
But then that was our mentality before. So before we went away, we probably annoyed people because we were so extreme. Like, yeah, we're doing this, we're going to sell everything. We were so dramatic. Just, yeah, we're going to go across the world wearing all this. And as soon as we got there, we just got hit after hit after hit after hit. And now we're back. We're just, okay.
But they were positive ones because you learn, it made us more real to life. And when you're more real to life, it kind of transfers to the lyrics. So the amount of songs that we wrote when we came back was just surreal in comparison to when before we left. Like we came back and someone would give us a track and we'd write within 5 minutes because we had so much content just from it, life experiences.
Let so much out.
Yeah, like we had like different instances. When we were in Jamaica, we lost our granddad, which we've never lost anyone close to us, a family relative. We were fortunate and blessed to have our grandparents up until now.
But even that but that's a blessing because we hadn't seen him for 7 years, and then we went over there and literally because Jamaica's so where we were was so crazy. Like you hear gunshots at night, like people got murdered on our street.
Our laptops got stolen.
At gunpoint, like craziness. And but yeah, we hadn't seen my granddad for that long. But then during that whole time, we were locked in with him for 4 weeks. So we got to play dominoes, like learn. Like he taught us the most craziest lessons. Like when you're in a venue, sit next to the light switch. If you're not familiar with the venue, so if anything kicks off, you just turn the lights off and walk out. I think just random.
I've just learned something.
You're safe.
On her face, behaving respectfully, though out of place, seeing daggers towards her, digging her grave. Attack is their formula, a dangerous embrace.
So, obviously, being a duo, like, obviously, it's worked for you so far. Now we've had, like, bands that have come together, had a sort of unique relationship, and then they do the whole split thing and go solo projects and go different directions. Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? Do you see yourself like as we see the duo together, and would you see yourself doing solo projects? What's the move for Zoe and Zara at this stage?
I think that at the moment we're focusing on what we're obviously Zoe and Zara as a duo, but we've both also got our own passions. So, for example, Zara wants to go into
I'd want to go into politics.
But
that's why
God.
I wouldn't want to go into politics. Right. I want to be politically affiliated with my own political kind of direction, in the sense that I don't necessarily agree with certain things that are going on, but I think that as an artist you've got a platform for kind of going along those, like build structures next to structures, in contrast to entering those structures. But I think there's so many social injustices, etc., and as you can probably tell, my passion lies, as well as music.
And yourself?
Drama. I love drama. I love acting. I was doing acting before I was doing singing, so I'd love to go into drama. And again, trying different things, just exploring, just learning.
Okay, learning different things.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as the type of music, as I say earlier, that you don't box yourself in any category, but what sort of music can people expect in the future? Like, are we expecting any EPs or any sort of single projects? Like, what's the move? What's the move at this stage?
I think together, because we're in the studio at the moment we're working on different projects that we're going to accumulate to build the EP. But it is quite difficult for us because, like you said, we've got so many different sounds, we've got so many different tracks from different areas that it's quite difficult to build an actual EP with them because they're so diverse. So our aim is to keep working on project singles and formulate that with those that work and they have a key thread in them. But otherwise, we're working with different people, working with some Italian producers at the moment, and their sound is different. And that's because we're learning from them.
Different.
And we've got our guitarist/producer, Matt Green, who's fantastic, lovely guy. But his sound is also completely different to the Italian guys. So it's kind of...
I think it's because we're independent. Because we're independent, we do everything ourselves. We decide what we're doing.
With obviously, you're talking about producers and, working with different people. Who would you love to see yourself collaborate with? We discussed this off camera, but who would be your dream collaborations at this stage? And like any artists like from the UK and the US? Zara, I'll start with you.
I surprised you earlier that I would be Skepta because I really respect his music. I respect his lyrics. You're always supposed to aim high anyway with whoever you want to work with. And I think that he tells stories in a way that I can really just listen to and vibes. And if I can vibes it, then I'd want to work with that sort of...
Is it more lyrics? Is it more... obviously, you're saying you're telling a story, but what is it specifically about Skepta that you think, right, I want you to collab with me right now? Like, if there's a sort of dream, sort of idea of a track that you want to do with him, what would be the vibe?
It would be... he worked with Blood Orange, and Blood Orange is just an epic producer/songwriter, singer. And he his tone is... As soon as I knew Skepta worked with Blood Orange, I knew that he's open-minded to different vibes, like soul, retro, and it kind of just... I had more respect for him in that sense. In this, like he was open-minded and he's independent, or he was like he's worked so hard. Remember back in the day, you listened to Skepta's like the tracks that come on and everyone's just spitting over it, and he's been in the game for so long that I would to sit and talk to him and work with him. I just think that he's just a cool guy. Just cool, respect.
I would want to work with someone like Mick Jagger or someone who is really random, but just someone who's for Mick Jagger, he's just out the box, no rules again. But then he's just charismatic, really charismatic person. So someone, and he went LSE, didn't he? He went LSE, same uni as Zara, and before he dropped out. He dropped out in the first year, and they told him that he'd never be successful. And look where he is. So a complete legend. Yeah, so someone, Mick Jagger, yeah.
You like Wretch 32, don't you?
I love Wretch 32. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it, but his music, I think he's really underrated, his music. I love his music. Something really original about his music. So when you listen to it, it's just real. It's just real. I can listen to an album and enjoy an album, and I believe that he's written every word or believed every word that he's doing. So Wretch 32.